Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we are going to discuss, Torricelli's law. That is what we are going to calculate speed of efflux, In this class we are going to calculate speed of efflux, by using Torricelli's law. After completion of that, we are going to discuss Venturi meter is a device which is used to measure the speed of flow for incompressible fluid, Okay. So in this class we are going to discuss two important topics, because the speed of efflux is important. This formula is important in NEET point of view also, but here we are going to, because it is board class now, we are going to discuss the derivation, how this formula will come. NEET point of view, we need to remember this formula itself. V1 is equal to square root of 2gh. Actually this is the formula. When atmospheric pressure is equal to inside the pressure, then this is the formula. Now we are going to discuss how this formula will come. That formula gives speed of efflux. Efflux means outflow, fluid outflow, The word efflux means fluid outflow. That's it. Now see here, regarding this, first the word efflux means fluid outflow, Torricelli discovered that the speed of efflux from an open tank, from an open tank, that is what is given by a formula identical to that of a freely falling body, See, Torricelli discovered that the speed of efflux, speed of outflow of fluid, speed of fluid outflow from an open tank is given by a formula identical to that of a freely falling body, That is, see here, this is the water tank. You can see in this picture, It is what A1, it is what A2, and this is like a hole from where fluid is coming out, Fluid comes out, and these are the heights, and this is what Y1, this is what Y2, this is small h, and here the pressure is P, here the pressure is PA. Here the speed of the flow is V1, It is A1 and it is A2. You can see the picture clearly from this board, Now see here, you observe this tank carefully, and here some of the information I can say, that is what this tank containing a liquid of density rho, with a small hole in its side at a height y1. So this hole is at a height y1. So that is what you have to keep in mind, because here when it is y1, while calculating, when we are going to get a mathematical expression for the required quantity, that is speed of efflux, these values we required very important. See, this y1 is from the bottom. You can see in the picture, this y1 is from the bottom. The air above the air above the ground, the air above the ground, sorry, above the liquid, the air above the liquid whose surface is at a height y2. See, the air above the liquid whose surface is at a height y2 is at pressure P. You can see in the picture, here I have written P. From equation of continuity, right? I will repeat once again from starting onwards. Efflux is nothing but fluid outflow, right? Okay. Now, Torricelli discovered that the speed of efflux from an open tank is given by a formula identical to that of a freely falling body. Just he is comparing, that the speed of efflux from an open tank is like a freely falling body dropped from certain height. That is what he want to say. After that, you can just come to the picture and we want to talk about the physical quantities, right? See, the tank containing a liquid of density rho with a small hole in its side, at a height y1, from the bottom, right? The air above the liquid whose surface is at a height y2, is at pressure P, full stop. From the equation of continuity, we have, so what we have, you can write this one, that is what is equation of continuity? What is equation of continuity, we discussed in our previous classes, no? That is AV is equal to constant. Based on that, we can write V1A1 is equal to V2A2, V1A1 is equal to V2A2, right? Here the speed of flow is V1, but here the speed of flow is V2, right? So A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, right? Now V2 is equal to A1 by A2 into V1. V2 is equal to A1 by A2 into V1. Okay, right. Now, by applying Bernoulli's principle at points 1 and 2, and noting that at the hole P1 is equal to PA, the atmospheric pressure, what we have, so what is that? PA plus half rho V1 square plus rho G into Y1 is equal to, see here, P plus rho G into Y2, Here A2 is the area of cross section of the tank. That's what you can see from picture. And mathematically, A2 is much larger than that of the hole, that is A1. So you can say that A2 is double greater than A1. Am I right? Then we may take the fluid to be approximately at rest at the top. It's a small consideration, but it is important. See, when compared to the speed of the fluid which comes out through this hole, here the speed of fluid we are taking as 0 when compared to this. Because here A1 is very, very small, A2 is very large when compared to A1. A2 is double greater than, not single greater than. A2 is double greater than A1. So that here, if you see this equation, half rho into V2 square we didn't put, because V2 became 0 according to our assumption what I told you. So that by applying Bernoulli's principle at points 1 and 2, we got PA plus half rho V1 square plus rho G into Y1 is equal to P plus rho G into Y2. Okay. Now, see, this is what V1 is equal to. Just you take this one, this word to that side. Then what is rho G Y2 minus rho G Y1. Okay. And take this PA to that side. Then what is P minus PA. So P minus PA plus rho G into Y2 minus Y1, no? Right. In case of Y2 minus Y1, you just see this picture carefully. In case of Y2 minus Y1, I can draw H, no? That is, okay? Right. Now, Y2 minus Y1 is equal to H. Well, V1 is equal to square root of 2GH 2gh plus 2 into P minus Pa divided by rho, right? Square root of 2gh plus 2 into P minus Pa divided by rho. That is what you can write as the expression for V1. So what is V1 here? It is the speed of efflux. Speed of efflux. Okay, right. Now we are going to discuss some different, that is what some special case like that. You know, for example, here pressure and here pressure will become equal. Then what will happen? Generally tell me. That is what V1 is equal to square root of 2gh will become when P is equal to Pa. If P is equal to Pa, see, you just write P is equal to Pa here mathematically, then this term will become 0, no? 0 by something is 0, no? 2gh plus 0 is equal to 2gh only, no? Right. So you can say V1 is equal to square root of 2gh. V1 is equal to square root of 2gh. The above equation is known as Torricelli's law. See, this is the equation. This is the same equation we got when we were in a discussion about the freely falling body. About the freely falling body, right? So when you drop certain amount of certain massive object from certain height, at a certain height, what will happen? By reaching the ground, it acquires certain amount of velocity. That velocity is equal to square root of 2gh. If g is the acceleration due to gravity and h is the height from where you are going to drop the object, right? That is. So here also the speed of efflux, that is what speed of outflow, speed of fluid outflow, also we got the same expression now. So it is behaving like freely falling body. The formula is identical to that of a freely falling body. That's what we told in the beginning of this topic, that is speed of efflux. Okay, right. Now see here, if P is double greater than Pa, if P is double greater than Pa and 2gh may be ignored, 2gh may be ignored, the speed of efflux is determined by the container pressure, by the container pressure, right? That is by the container pressure. Now such a situation occurs in rocket propulsion. Such a situation occurs in rocket propulsion. That is what when we are going to send rocket into the space, right? Now on the other hand, okay, you can see that is what PSLV, right? Polar Satellite Launching Vehicle. So there you can see we are, that is going to eject, okay, eject with high speed, right? That is, so there this is the application, that is P is double greater than Pa. On the other hand, if the tank is open to the atmosphere, then P is equal to Pa. When P is equal to Pa, this is the equation we are going to get. So this is equal to speed of the freely falling body, and this equation is known as Torricelli's law. Torricelli is the name of the scientist, no? Right. So this equation is known as Torricelli's law. Okay. So this is about speed of efflux, speed of fluid outflow, that is equal to, actually this is the expression with some consideration, that is what if P is equal to Pa, this is the equation will become, right? But anyhow, this is the equation to calculate speed of fluid outflow, that is V1 is equal to square root of 2gh plus 2 into P minus Pa by rho. Next topic in this class, that is Venturi meter. Venturi meter, okay, right. Actually, Venturi meter is a device to measure the flow speed of incompressible fluid. Venturi meter is a device to measure the flow speed of incompressible fluid, right? Flow speed is very important, no? Flow speed determines the kinetic energy of water molecules if the fluid is water, right? I think you experienced water gun, right? So there you see that how the speed with which the water molecules are coming out, it's a very high, no? That's what. So measuring speed flow is also measuring that is what fluid outflow or fluid flow is also one of the important activity we need in our daily life. The Venturi meter is a device to measure the flow speed of incompressible fluid, of incompressible fluid. Okay, right. See here, he is talking about venturimeter. It consists of a tube. It consists of a tube, right? It consists of a tube, that is what, with a broad diameter. It consists of a tube with a broad diameter and a small constriction, at the middle as shown in this figure. See here, broad tube, and at the middle it has a small constriction, right? A manometer in the form of a U-tube is also attached to it. This is what, a manometer in the form of a tube is also attached to it, right? With one arm at the broad neck point of the tube and the other at constriction. See, this is the arm of manometer, which is at the broad, which is at the broad neck point. But what about the other end? See here, the other end of the manometer, right? The other end of the manometer is connected or is kept at a constriction, as shown in this figure. The manometer contains a liquid of density rho m. The manometer contains a liquid of density rho m. Okay, that is what rho m means, density of liquid or liquid of density. The speed v1 of the liquid flowing through the tube, the speed v1 of the liquid flowing through the tube at the broad neck area A is to be measured from the equation of continuity. That is what we discussed in our previous classes. AV is equal to constant. AV is equal to constant. Okay, right. Now, see, by using the equation of continuity, we are going to write the expression for the speed at the constriction becomes. The speed at the constriction becomes. That is what, see here, V2 is equal to A by A into V1. V2 is equal to A by A into V1. So that you can understand, V1 is the speed here, V2 is the speed here, capital A is the area of cross section here, small a is the area of cross section here. Right. You can write it as V2 is equal to capital A by small a into V1. Right. Now we are going to use Bernoulli's equation to get this expression. So that is what, P1 plus half rho into V1 square is equal to P2 plus half rho into A by A into V1 square. Actually here V2 square should be, but V2 is equal to capital A by small a into V1, that we are substituting here. So that P1 minus P2 is equal to, you just take this P2 to this side and send this rho V1 square to that side. Then what will happen? See here, by sending this one to that side, that is what, minus half rho V1 square will become, and he is taking outside this half rho V1 square, he is taking outside of the expression, so that we can write P1 minus P2 is equal to half rho into V1 square into A by A whole square minus 1. A by A whole square minus 1. What is this P1 minus P2? It is the pressure difference, no? P1 minus P2 is the pressure difference. So that you can write it as rho m into GH. P1 minus P2 is the pressure difference. That you can write it as rho m into GH. Okay, right. Now, see here, P1 minus P2 is equal to rho m into GH. That is equal to, this is what as it is we are writing. Just in place of P1 minus P2, he is saying that you can also write rho m into GH. Rho m is the density of the liquid, what we are using in manometer, and G is the acceleration due to gravity. G is the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, right. And a small correction here, rho m is the density of the fluid which is flowing through the tube, not the manometer, right? That is what you just keep in mind, a small correction, right? Rho m is the density of the fluid or liquid which is flowing through the tube. There are two things. One is the liquid or fluid which is present in the manometer, Another one is the liquid or fluid, because liquid is a fluid, no, right? So that is what flowing through the tube. So that's what you differentiate, but it is the density of the liquid which is flowing through the tube. Okay, right. Now this right hand side is same, we can write, that is 1 by 2 into rho into V1 square into A by A whole square minus 1. Okay, right. Now next, after getting this equation, so that P1 minus P2 is equal, right? Now the pressure difference causes the fluid in the U tube, the pressure difference causes the fluid in the U tube connected at the narrow neck. The pressure difference causes the fluid in the U tube connected at the narrow neck to rise in comparison to the other arm. So what is the difference in height here? The difference in height h measures the pressure difference, because density for one particular fluid is constant and g is already constant at a particular point, that is the acceleration due to gravity. And if you know the h, so that you can measure pressure difference. You can measure pressure difference, that is what P1 minus P2. Now, so that you can write this one after completion of this. The speed of the fluid at the wide neck, the speed of the fluid at the wide neck is V1 is equal to square root of 2 into rho m GH divided by rho into A by A whole square minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1 by 2. Whole to the power of minus 1 by 2, right? This is what the final expression for the speed of fluid at wide neck. For the speed of fluid at wide neck, that is V1 is equal to square root of 2 into rho m GH divided by rho into A by A whole square minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. Okay, right, that is. Now, see here, ma. The principle behind this Venturi meter has many applications in our daily life, right? For example, you know, you are going for barber shop for cutting purpose, right? See, when you are going for barber shop, he used to take one gun, right? That is what, to sprinkle water on your hair before cutting, right? See, if you see that inside there is a more area, inside there is a more area, okay? But for that, see, the water which comes out from the, that is what, the water which comes out from the small holes for the gun at the top part, right? So it's very small holes with small area of cross section, so that the water comes forcefully, and the distribution also. See, the water can distribute the entire space, the maximum space, entire space, right? That is what happening. So that is the that application is just the principle what we are using here, what we are explaining to explain Venturi meter. The same principle for that, okay? And you know, perfumes also, right? Body spray, right? Inside the area will be high, but that is what the liquid or the fluid which comes out from that bottle, right? When it comes out, the area will be very small, no, at the top part. Then it comes and it occupies more area, right? It occupies more area. That's what happening in case of, that is what body spray bottles also. So these are the applications of, regarding applications of the same principle what we are using in case of Venturi meter, right? So I can also say some other examples, no? For example, the carburetor of automobile has a Venturi channel. Channel means nozzle, through which air flows with a large speed. The pressure is then lowered at the narrow neck, and the petrol is sucked up in the chamber to provide the correct mixture of air to fuel necessary for combustion, right? And at the same time, filter pumps or aspirators, right? Bunsen burners, atomizers and sprayers, that's what I already told you, right? A bottle spray, that is what body spray, and the spray what he is using in barber shop and used to perfumes, right? That sprayers used for perfumes to spray, and at the same time for insecticides also some spray we are using. For example, that is what right, to kill, right, to kill cockroaches we are using one spray now, right? hit, right? That is also the same thing. Okay, so whatever it may be the sprayer, it doesn't matter, but it works the same principle. What the principle we used here to discuss the Venturi meter, okay, and these we can also call them as spray guns, okay. In this class we discussed two topics mainly. One is the first one is not a device, the first one is not a device, but in the first case, by using Torricelli's law, we determined an expression for speed of outflow of fluid, for speed of fluid outflow. That is what we got it as V1 is equal to square root of 2gh plus 2 into P minus Pa by rho. If P is equal to Pa, V1 will become as square root of 2gh. And to derive this expression for speed of fluid outflow, we have taken a water tank, because water is the best example of fluid. No, every day we are experiencing for our drinking purpose, right? For our animals and whatever it may be, animal purpose also, drinking water. Water is it's a very important, most important fluid or liquid in our daily life, right? That's why we have taken water tank here. After completion of that, we went to discuss Venturi meter. That is one of the important device used to measure the flow speed of incompressible fluid, right? That is, it consists of a tube with a broad diameter and a small constriction at the middle as shown figure regarding the construction. And after completion of that, by using equation of continuity and Bernoulli's principle, right? By using equation of continuity and Bernoulli's principle, we derived an expression for the speed of fluid at the given widened neck. Even in case of determination of expression for speed of efflux also, we used equation of continuity and then after completion of that, Bernoulli's principle. In both the cases, here and here, we used equation of continuity and Bernoulli's principle. Okay, that is. So this is what about this class, and in our next class we are going to discuss one example problem. After that, along with the example problem, we are going to discuss the applications, right? The applications due to the concept or topic till now what we discussed. Okay, ma? Right. Thank you.